Hello and welcome! It is Gauntlet of Greatness time once again. The gloves are still off. Nothing is banned in the modern format that we're playing. We're now going to debut the final two decks in the field. We're in Group D this week. Miracles, Breach Post, and now these final two decks. Affinity, which is what everybody was expecting, and Thopter Depths, which I think is a pretty clever combination of a couple of different combos, both of which are banned out of real-world Modern, but they kind of fit together really nicely in a blue-black shell. So let's see what we got going on. Affinity versus Thopter Depths is the matchup. And let me go look at the list real quick. This is the Thopter Depths list. So Vampire, Hex Mage, Dark Depths is the fundamental combo. You sack the Hex Mage, all the ice counters are going from the Dark Depths, you get a 20/20 flying indestructible token. That's awesome. Thespian Stage also combos with Dark Depths. It's a little bit slower, but you don't even have to resolve a spell to do it, so that's kind of the 5th and 6th ways you can combo with Dark Depths. Meanwhile, if you're just ponders and preordains and thought seizes and clearing a path, why not have another combo in there? Thopter Foundry combined with Sword of the Meek, it isn't a 20/20 creature, but every mana that you spend is a life and a 1/1 creature at that point. The rest of the deck is Dig Through Time, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and yeah, that's our deck here. Meanwhile, Affinity, kind of everything that you would expect from an Affinity list. You know, you get to play with artifact lands, Seat, Great Furnace. I don't know why you don't have the black artifact land, given that you have Disciple of the Vault and Vault Scourge. That might be better than Glimmervoid in this list. Might be better than Great Furnace in this list, but there is a Fling to cast with red mana. But you get all the broken stuff. You get Cranial Plating, you get Skull Clamp, you get Arcbound Ravager, and the combo with Disciple of the Vault. So all the good stuff from the modern list, plus now artifact lands and Disciple to just make all the combos that much better. We'll see what happens. I think we are ready to play. Shadow and I have got a match set up. Shadow, I'm going to mute you. We can talk more after the match. Good luck.
Sounds good. Good luck.
All right, we won the die roll. Oh, we have not actually played yet. This is game number 1. Let me correct the game score real quick. And we'll get started. Yes, definitely would like to play first. So this hand is a quick Thoughtseize and a mental misstep, but it's going to take us a little while to dig through time. I don't know, and I have no halves of no combos. I'm not sure this is a keeper. Like, there might be matchups where the Thoughtseize is so good, but Thoughtseize against Affinity, like, all of his cards are pretty powerful. I don't even know if that's really where I want to be at. I think I'm mulligan this draw. All right. Now we have, well, I mean, we have a bunch of half combos, right? I have 2 copies of Thopter Foundry, so if I can find a sword, we can combo that way. And I have Teleria West, so if we find either Dark Depths or Thespian Stage, then I can use the transmute ability on Teleria West to combo that way. I do not have anything to put under Chrome Mox, so not doing that. What's he got? Ornithopter, Opal, Great Furnace, sure. That's pretty good. Urborg. It's not very exciting yet. Play Thopter Foundry. Basically, we need a sword now. And I wouldn't mind... certainly wouldn't mind finding a Dark Depths either. Meanwhile, we're getting whacked by Cranial Plating. Oh, by the way, Skull Clamp, yeah. Yep. This game's not going very well. I mean, good Affinity draws pretty fast. I think our good draws... Ooh, there you go. I was about to say, our good draws are better than a fast Affinity draw, especially when we're on the play. And there you go. Awesome. I don't really want to play Watery Grave and pay 2 life, so I guess I am giving him the black mana that he can potentially use to move his Cranial Plating. Because we have Thopter Sword. Sweet. So the way the combo works, you sacrifice a non-token artifact, like, for example, Sword of the Meek, and Disciple the Vault is going to cancel out the life gain. You normally gain a life when you go through the Thopter Foundry combo. His Disciple stops the life gain, but the Sword of the Meek comes back from the graveyard whenever a 1/1 creature enters the battlefield under your control. So Thopter makes a 1/1, triggering Sword of the Meek, which comes flying out of the graveyard. Yes, we wish to return it. We wind up with a 2/3, and crucially, the sword, which can be sacrificed again to the Thopter as soon as we have another colorless mana. So, combo assembled. I don't think there's a whole lot he can do to break up this combo game 1. He has to try to swarm around it, but Affinity is not exactly known for their toughness. So I like our... I mean, the 2/3 lines up just fine against this Ornithopter. He does have the black, right? He can move Cranial Plating onto a Disciple. So, I mean, he can get in a good whack there, but next turn I get to make 3 guys. So, I don't think he can deal 13 here. I guess a Ravager is what would get me. He can deal, like, 7 or 8 here. And then set up a Ravager kill. Although, actually, I would just block Disciple. And he's not even going to do it. He's just going to crash in. Yeah, because I would just block Disciple and kill the Disciple. He does get Skull Clamp cards here, so it's not nothing, but... And he gets the Disciple triggers. Whatever. Disciple the Vault's kind of scary. I don't really have a good answer to Disciple. If he draws a Ravager, he probably is just going to be able to Disciple kill me. I think he needs a Ravager, though. And I don't think he's ever getting through for damage. Because I'm going to make 3 or 4 1/1s. I have to decide, basically, whether to pay life for Watery Grave. Oh, God. Seriously? Seriously. Just Ravager Disciple, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I cannot afford to pay for a land. Does Teleria West do anything? I don't think so. I don't have a 0 mana answer to this. I have, like, a Repeal in my deck for interaction. Yeah, that's all I got. Wow. Are we going to get just discipled out of this? Even with turn 3 combo? Yikes. I mean, the Disciple is not only the combo with Ravager, but it also, the fact that it neutralizes all the life gain from my Thopter Foundry combo is also annoying. Great. 2 cards and a damage. I cannot imagine us winning this game from here. It's going to take 3 or 4 turns for us to attack him down from 20, I think. Like, I make 3 guys this turn, I make 4 guys next turn, and then the turn after that, I can kill him. I feel like I need at least 3 attacks. I can't kill him in 2 attacks. I think I can kill him in 3 attacks, but even that is, what, 3 plus 4 plus 5? So it's 3 and then 7 and then 12. Yeah, 3 attacks. I really doubt we're going to get them while he's skull clamping for extra cards. Oh, by the way, we're obliged to jump block. Don't forget that part. Yeah, the fact that we're obliged to jump block this Ravager might even mean that we can't kill him in 3 attacks, even if we did get them. Yeah. Not dead yet, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not actually dead. Just almost dead. Oh, he has fling? No. Maybe. You got me. That'll do. Hilarious. That game was not close. I mean, for a game that I thought we were winning on turn 3, that game was shockingly lopsided in his favor. Affinity's going to do that. You know what the good news is, though? Check out the sideboard. We get Hurkyl's Recall. Which is just amazing against him. It's good both against the artifacts that people are going to sideboard it in against me in general, and then also, obviously, insane against Affinity. I don't think I want many Thoughtseizes. Misstep's got to be better. Yeah, Misstep's better than Thoughtseize. I want some bounce. I think I want all my combo bits. I just don't have any Thoughtseize. And then I have a Repeal and an Into the Royal. I don't think Into the Royal's right. Like, everything I need to bounce gets bounced by Hurkyl, so. I like it. Random Dark Blast. Oh, Chalice is an interesting question. How good is Chalice against him? I don't think Chalice is... My Chalice 0 on the play? How much does that hit? If I Chalice 0 on the play, I hit 11 cards? It's not terrible. Basically, do I want... Like, I don't want to Chalice 1 because it sets out so much of my stuff. Although, I mean, I guess I would Chalice 1. Depending on when in the game. Like, if I already Pondered or Preordained, I would Chalice 1. Yeah, maybe Chalice is okay. Fine, we'll throw 1 Chalice in. Definitely want to play first. Well, we have a Hurkyl's. That's got to be good. We have a Hex Mage. I like that. This Chrome Mox doesn't really do anything in this draw, right? It makes a blue mana if I put a Misstep under it. I think that's a keeper. Yeah, I think that's a keeper. I just wish this Chrome Mox actually did something. It just doesn't. I guess I lead Scalding Tarn for Watery Grave. Get a card in the yard, try to build up to this dig through time. Can't misstep that. That's a 2. Really would love to just draw Dark Depths off the top. That would be exciting. Funny. I don't think I need to leave up Hurkyl's here. I think it's better to just play the Hex Mage. I mean, it blocks, which has some value. Obviously, sets me up to make a Merit Lage as soon as I find a Dark Depths. And, like, from here, he doesn't have enough mana to really make me wish I could Hurkyl's him, I don't think. Yeah, you can have a worker. Right, and he's only got the one attacker in the air. Now I can sit on Hercules. I can Hercules him in his next end step is probably what happens. I think you might even have to discard. Interesting. Illness in the ranks? That's pretty annoying. And it's an enchantment. It doesn't get beat by Hercules. I mean, I have the Into the Royal and the Repeal, but it beats Thopter Foundry. Luckily, we have Mental Misstep. No illness in the ranks for you, sir. So, I'm going to leave up Hercules Recall. I love the way that Hercules Recall might make him discard and will definitely kill this Glimmer Void. So, Mental Misstep stopped the illness in the ranks. I could play a Thopter Foundry here, but like, if he goes land cranial plating and bashes me in the air, I'll be really sad that I didn't Hercules him. And if I Hercules him here, oh, that's annoying. I had to use my misstep on the illness. I guess it doesn't actually do anything right now. Sure, you have a disciple. Kablam! When does this die? At the at the beginning of the end step. I would have had to done it main phase, which doesn't work. Wow, did I just attack? I think I just attack. Hilarious. Still not at dig mana. I don't need to Hercules here. Because he can't really do anything. So I'm either playing a Thopter or playing another Hex Mage. I think I just play another Hex Mage. I don't have a combo, I don't have mana, so. Weird game. Glimmer Void does go away at the end of my end step. And here we go. Huh. Wow, now I can Hercules and Chalice. I mean, I know Chalice 0 would get these three guys, which is kind of fun. I can also just attack with my first strikers, right? What is he holding that we know from before? Weird game. Do I play Thopter Foundry? Do I play Chalice? And Chalice 0 just kills 3 random artifacts. But then I'm on this Vampire Hexmage beatdown plan, which I think I'm just on. I don't think I'm playing this Chrome Mox. Now, when do I actually Chalice? So yeah, I need to Chalice main phase. So I don't think I play the Chrome Mox. Oh, I can play it. Oh, actually, I can play it as a Lotus Petal. I can play it, not remove a card, get it countered by Chalice, and then it's in my hand for in my graveyard for the delve on dig through time. I like this. This is all very bizarre, the way this game is played out, but. Chalice 0, why not? His board's kind of hilarious. Just the naked disciple. You want to keep paying Phyrexian mana for your Vault Scourge? I guess you do. Vampire Hexmage beatdown may actually get the job done here. Hey, more mana. Do you want to fetch land? Definitely getting this countered for delve. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I crack fetch, then I can have a mana left over. Does that mean I want to do this now? don't think so. I think I just wait and see what he does on his turn. See what I need to react to. I can't imagine, like, if I take a Ponder or a Preordain, then I may wish I had done this, but whatever. I may also see a scary 1-mana spell and wish that I had the ability to get a misstep. All right, that's annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. Right? Right. And you can go to 3/3. Can eat the Darksteel Citadels and block a Vampiric Hexmage. Feel like I now need a way to deal with Ravager, and then I probably win. Come on, deck. Hit me. So Dark Depths is exciting. Jace and a land could bounce the Ravager, the Missteps, the Preordain. So if I get Dark Depths, then I can make Merit Lage. That's kind of exciting. Jace and a land bounce Ravager doesn't actually kill him because he just replays it. So I'm pretty sure I take Dark Depths here. In fact, I can... I mean, if... No, I'd probably play defense. I was going to say I can attack, but I don't think that makes sense. So what's the other card I'm taking? It could be a misstep. Dig's not crazy, right? I'm going to wind up with a Hexmage, a Dark Depths, a Dig, a Hercules. I think I take another Dig. Yeah. Oh, I should in this main phase. I had a land drop. No, I played the fetch land last turn, right. I only had Dig Through Time available because I played the fetch land last turn. If I had a land drop available last turn, then digging main phase to find the Dark Depths would have been correct, but I had to play the fetch only because I drew the fetch land that Dig turned on. Oh. What does that do to the math? Good things, right? So I repeal. I attack. And then I have the ability to, and he doesn't know Dark Depths is coming. I mean, I think this is the way to play this. Like, he might go nuts with counters here. Disciple does make the math super hard. It's like this Ravager can obviously eat 4 things. He can just deal 4 to me right now. Could also make the Vault Scourge gigantic. Doesn't. Drew Ponder. Alright, I think this is attack, Dark Depths. But do I want to do the second attack? Like, I don't really want to get hit by a Disciple. And I don't think... Well, he's not going to attack with Vault Scourge because then I crack back for the win. So weird. I don't know. I mean, there's not a ton of value in being able to attack with future Hex Mages. I'm just going to do it this way. Now Ravager can make a giant Vault Scourge, but I can block it, and the life gain's not going to be enough. He's basically forced... The Vault Scourge is forced to play defense. And it feels like the Ravager can only dumb me for 4 from here. Thank goodness, right? He's a handful of zeros. Now the Ravager can hit me for 5, but still doesn't do anything better than create a giant Vault Scourge. So he has 1 chump block. And then what happens? So I'm clearly attacking with Merit Liege. I could go digging for like a bounce spell, Hurkles or something. You know, there is another Hurkles. I have a Dark Blast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could actually spend 3 mana and dig through time. Or I can ponder and then spend 2 mana, dig through time. That's just strictly better. Thing is, do I need to spend my mana on Thopter Foundry to create blockers? He's going to chump with this. He's going to attack me with 2 things. There's a ton of value in having 2 blockers next turn. And that's a spend Thopter Foundry with a mana untapped. Okay, so I can ponder, and if I find a win the game card, then I win the game. If I don't find a win the game card, then I play Thopter Foundry with 1 untapped so that I can eat. Chalice seems awfully scary to eat. I'll probably just eat the Thopter Foundry itself. All right, let's see if Ponder finds us a free win. Sword of the Meek, which I don't have time for. I actually think I reshuffle. Yeah, I'm going to reshuffle. Preordain, not a free win, and don't really have time for it. Okay. We have the ability to block 2 artifact creatures now. And with the ability to force Vault Scourge into a chump block. This matchup is surprisingly intricate. The amount of creature combat that comes up is kind of shocking, but pretty cool. Vault Scourge gets eaten, of course. It's going to take the 1 either way. And hopefully he can't find another flyer to chump with. And I can block both the artifact creatures, so I take 1 from Disciple, and then Ravager can hit me for 4 plus whatever he plays. It's unlikely to be able to play 3 artifacts, so I still like our chances. Hexmage can also remove all the counters from a Ravager if he goes all in, so I got that. Pretty interesting little matchup here. Cranial plating. All right. Really happy. Oh, he can put that on the Disciple? Yes. Now Hex Mage's ability to remove +1/+1 counters is really going to come in handy. Whoa. He skipped his attack?
Mistakes.
Yeah. It doesn't matter anyway, right?
I'm pretty sure I turn things sideways. Your Vampire Hex Mage stops me from doing things, and then you beat me.
Yeah.
So if I turn everything sideways,
Yeah.
you go down to 7 life and make a dude.
Yeah.
And you block.
No, I mean, I don't lose a life to make a dude because the Foundry gains a life. I stay at 8 and make a dude.
Foundry gains a life?
Yeah. You've never come up because you've always had a Disciple in play, so that it's been net neutral.
So you stay at 8, you block two things.
Yeah, I'm going to leave Arcbound Worker unblocked.
And right, and if I make it big, you sacrifice the Vampire Hex Mage and say, never mind.
Precisely.
Yeah. All right, good enough.
Yeah, good game.
I assumed that, and I wanted to play it out, but, I said go.
Your attack phase. No big deal.
But it doesn't matter.
All right, on to game 3.
On to game 3.
That was a cool game. I mean, I think we've got to be advantaged after sideboarding. Those Hercles were insane. Although, then again, it did also help that he didn't really have much pressure at the very beginning. Man, I love these bounce spells. Maybe Into the Royal belongs in the deck. And, I mean, Chalice was good. I don't think I want multiple Chalices. I think one random Chalice. But, like, Into the Royal would have been so good at so many times. Like, just being able to bounce a Vault Scourge and hit him with, finish him off has been great. Missteps are great, though. You know what? I don't love Chrome Mox here. I like some acceleration, but like I so often need all of my spells, I don't think I want the 4th Chrome Mox. All right, here we go. Certainly don't want to draw double Chrome Mox. I think 3 might just be a better number than 4 for this list. Now, one game to see who takes a win. Once again, I have half the combo. I have half of both combos and a Ponder with 2 missteps to stop shenanigans, to stop Disciples and Skull Clamps. I have Chrome Mox for my 2nd mana. I think I keep this. I think it's good enough. Yeah, I just need the other half of either combo. Wow. Land go? So he didn't play anything for 1 mana, which makes me think I can afford to exile a misstep under Chrome Mox. Ponder that way. I mean, hypothetically, I can Watery Grave, pay the life, but I think this is better because I don't want to pay the life if I don't have to. And like, I can't imagine navigating this draw without putting a card under Chrome Mox. So here's Ponder. Dig, Repeal, and Delta. I mean, I want the Delta. I want a 3rd land, especially now that I have a Jace in my hand. I could reshuffle. I could also take the Delta, play it, and then reshuffle away the Repeal and the Dig. Can I actually... I mean, there's how many... I'm nowhere close to Dig, right? I've got a fetch land and a Ponder in my yard. I can get a misstep there. That's like 3 and 3 mana. I feel like Dig is just a little bit too slow at this point. It being, turn 1 and all. So I'm going to keep this, but I'm probably going to shuffle it all away. I'm going to have a Repeal on top if there's some reason I need it. That's annoying. Does that mean I just need my Repeal? I mean, it depends which combo I come up with, right? I mean, Hex Mage will suddenly be taking all the counters off of Spellskite, so I think I want to draw the Repeal now. Hercles is better, but Repeal will do. And he clearly kept his hand on the strength of hosers. He's got no offense at this point. So I think I can just take a turn, draw the repeal. How do I do this? Play Thopter Foundry, I guess? Yeah, I mean, if I get Swamp... Yeah, I think I get Swamp, play Watery Grave, play Thopter Foundry. Shuffling away the dig that I couldn't really cast yet. No, not that one. That one. Also, if I do come up with a sword, Spellskite doesn't beat that combo. Yes, you have a Mox Opal, you have a Glimmer Void. Nothing? And land gets us to Jace. Disciple is going to get misstepped. In a heartbeat. Well, now I mean, sword. This is great for my Jace plan and great for my Thopter sword plan. So I'm kind of okay with this. I really love if I want to go, if I get to go land Jace here, how insane is that? Oh, it's the wrong land. It's the land that punishes me for Spellskites. Oh, that's all very hilarious. I don't have an Urborg yet. Wow. So what do? I go Hex Mage Dark Depths. I may as well spend my mana. I can't really set up a repeal kill because I need both the repeal and the Jace to bounce both of them. Yeah, let's start developing our board. Why can't you tap for mana and turn on Jace? Ether Grid. Interesting. So 2 untapped artifacts. He can start dealing some damage to me. Oh, it kills the Hex Mage. Oh, that's all very annoying. Damn. Did not realize he was going to bring in Garrett per Ether Grid. It's like a 1 of in the sideboard, maybe a 2 of. I was not thinking that this Vampire Hexmage was suddenly exposed. That's awkward. I mean, I just make him pay 2 life, right? Or make him tap his Mox Opal. Huh. Right, didn't have repeal mana. This can also damage Jace, too. The Ether Grid's actually pretty good here. I mean, he's giving me time. I just need a sword is what I really need. Now I just need a sword. And then it's all good. Alright, so I play Jace. He can whittle away at Jace with the Aether Grid. He can attack with the Vault Scourge. But what else am I going to do, right? I mean, I want the Brainstorm and then distract him. 1, 2, yeah, he can deal 3 to Jace. I can look at my top card. I can get to 5. And then he can only deal 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 to Jace. It's actually not crazy. I'm clearly spending my mana on Jace. The question is what I do with it. I think I plus him. And I think I'd look at my own. Like, obviously I want to dig for combo parts, so. Hercules would be nuts. Swords would be nuts. Other things can get pushed to the bottom. Like Chrome Mox. Put this card on the bottom? Yes. And Jace gets to 5 loyalty. Alright. Happy to not be drawing a Chrome Mox. Feels like I just drew an extra card there, right? got one card left in his hand. Oh, it's cranial plating. That's a good one. Is he going to bother to kill Jace? He's just going to go for me in 2 hits. Last card was a cranial plating, huh? Of course, I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, obviously, if I could respond with repeal, that'd be really good here, but didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I think he has to decide whether he wants to kill Jace or me. If he kills me, he's actually, like, lethal next turn. So I think he's supposed to kill Jace, because he's lethal next turn anyway, right? How many... Oh, he can ping twice to put me at 13. The next turn, he can attack me for 9 and ping 3 times. He's, like... Maybe he can kill me next turn, but he might... I think he's... If he draws an artifact... If he draws, like, a 1-mana artifact, I think he can kill me next turn. So he's going to kill Jace. I think that's correct for him, unfortunately. I may or may not survive next turn. Well, I may or may not have to blow my repeal to survive next turn. Ponder. Come on, deck. Hit me. New Jace without the mana to cast it. Definitely a miss. Yes, shuffle. Preordain. Now, I'm getting to the point where I won't be able to cast my repeal. Yeah, I need... He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 3 pings and this. That's 12. If he plays an artifact, it's 13. And he has 2 pings end step. So if he draws a 1-mana artifact, which, duh, it's like 80%, 80-90% of his deck, then I have to repeal Vault Scourge to survive. Which means I don't know that I can do this Preordain. I mean, obviously, if I Preordain into Hercules, I just win. Well, I actually don't just win. Well, no, I don't just win, because I don't have any of the combos set up. I can Preordain, and if I whiff on Hercules, then take a land? Oh, the repeal hits a Spellskite anyways. It doesn't even help. Yeah, alright. I have to Preordain. Jeez. Funny. The fact that the Spellskites can eat the repeal makes all these things. Oh, you cards are so great. Except, so if I survive the next turn, I do not have an Orberg, unfortunately. There's 3 Orbergs in the list, but Dark Depth does not tap for mana, which means I cannot play Thespian Stage and make it 20/20, which is obviously what I want to do. Man, so close. If I could make a 20/20 and block Vault Scourge, we'd be in great shape. And I don't have the blue mana for the stupid Hercules recall. So I want both these cards. I don't think the order matters. Order only matters if we're trying to... I'll draw the Hercules next turn. I'll play the Thespian Stage. Sure. Try to see if we can distract him with clever combo possibilities. Gonna be hard to survive this. Pretty significant underdog at this point. Oh, right. Thopter Foundry can gain a life. So I'm not actually dead. I'm not dead to any artifact because I can gain a life with Thopter Foundry. Oh, that helps a lot. You can just eat my Chrome Mox or eat my Thopter Foundry. Darksteel Citadel was his draw. It's pretty good. So it's 10 and 3 pings. I'm dead to Xaxes. Do I eat the Foundry or do I eat the Misstep? He has no cards in his hand. I just need to not accidentally die. I'm more likely to want the mana, right? Because then I can spend 2 on Thespian Stage and still have up Hercules. Yeah, totally eat the Foundry. Man, eating the Foundry. I'm going to spend 3 mana for 1 life from the Foundry. And that's going to be the difference. I guess I'm probably going to get 2 life out of it because he's going to ping it. But I want both Hercules. Yeah, I want both Hercules and Thespian Stage next turn. And making 2 tokens and making him kill both of them, I don't care. The 1 life is the life that I need. Alright. Attack the Foundry. Presumably he'll ping this, but we live a turn. How do I use the Hercules to not die to Ether Grid? Like, I can make my 20/20, but how do I stop myself from just dying to Ether Grid? He can... Well, how much of that could he replay? I guess that's the question. He's not going to hit me for damage. So basically I have to do it, like, now-ish? Yeah, and then he'll lose the Glimmer Void. Oh god, he's at 35? We have to hit him twice? That's gonna be hard. Do I have to repeal the grid? If I repeal the grid, he can't recast it. But he can play a Vault Scourge. Like, right now, he's going to go... Land Mox Opal, ping you for 1. So I have no choice. I can't gain a life, therefore... Oh, my mana's short. No, we're just dead. So close. I cannot believe this is the card that wound up beating us. This card's very good. In Affinity. 1 mana short. I might be able to catch him. Well, we'll see. I mean, my only chance now is that I get to repeal 1 artifact before he has the second one. Which is really hard when I'm returning non-land permanents. Yup. Yup. at least going to have a 2020 in play when I die. Send a message to whoever I play in the next round. Oh, I have to choose a Dark Depths to keep? Right. I keep the one that doesn't have any counters on it. Of course. Forget how that combo actually works. Take that! Dead. Cool match. Cool game.
Good game, sir.
Yeah, that was weird. And cool and interesting and stuff.
Yeah, that Aether Grid. Man, that card. It's a good card.
Yeah, I don't know how we wound up there. Yeah, I still don't have your video, so I apologize for that. But
Okay.
That was a cool game.
Yeah, there was some backs and forths. Hercules recalls were happening, which made me lose my entire board.
Yeah, no, I had to repeal the whole game that I just couldn't time right to accomplish anything. It needed to be a Hercules. I could have kept like a dig through time instead of that repeal way back at the beginning of the game, which might have worked out better, but I don't know. I don't regret the way I played. Aether Grid was really good in that game. Also, yeah, was that cranial plating off the top?
The cranial plating?
Yeah.
No, my opening hand was stupid.
Okay. But you had the cranial plating, you just needed a creature to attack with?
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I had the two guys, but like I was setting everything up, so yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I couldn't find a sword, and I didn't think playing the Hex Mage, like I couldn't think of what the thing was that you were going to kill with the Hex Mage. You were going to allow you to kill the Hex Mage, so. If I slow roll that, like I had a repeal and a Jace to, in theory, like bounce both Spellskites and get off my combo through Spellskite. Even before I had the Hercules, I had a repeal plus a Jace. But then all of a sudden cranial plating came down and I just didn't have time. And Aether Grid killed my Hex Mage anyway, and Aether Grid sped the clock up. Yeah, it was a super interesting game. Well played.
Yeah. Good game. Yeah. I don't even know who wins that. Like, I feel like that game might be just 50-50.
It's close.
Especially once you added the Hercules recalls.
Yeah, no, I think with the Hercules in my sideboard that I'm advantaged in the matchup. But, I mean, we did pretty much split the ones we played.
Yeah.
I think both these decks are pretty good.